All right, Ian. We're going to talk about the Sega Pluto prototype for sale on Heritage Auctions website. Heritage has been getting in the news lately here. And we brought up the Sega Pluto, what, like 3-4 months ago?
Mm-hmm. I don't even think it was that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago, Ian. So this is going to be auctioned off. If there's going to be a reserve, it'll be posted on July 2nd. We're recording before July 2nd. Right now, and this is likely the same one we talked about before. That remember, they put it up for sale. They took it down.
Yep.
There was an interview with the person that found it in the flea market in Northern California somewhere, wherever it was. So Sega Pluto console prototype, it's currently at, with the buyer's premium, $3,000 right there. The auction ends in 9 days. So that'll be around the 10th or so of July, it looks like here. So this is interesting because it seems like Heritage Auction is now starting to sell more and more hardware, starting to get into this. I don't know, after the Nintendo PlayStation crashed and burned as much as a 300, whatever it was, 320,000, 360 with buyer's premium was. Like, I don't know if this is the right place to auction something like this.
I don't know if it's the right place to auction something like this. I don't know if it's the time to auction something like this. Whether it was Heritage or not, after the relative disappointment of the Nintendo PlayStation auction, if I had some sort of unique console or prototype, I don't know that I'd want to do anything with it. I'd want the memory of that failure to be a bit further in the past.
Well, it would show me that it's a huge danger to do this auction.
Yes.
Like, if I could have sold it for 7 figures, if I saw someone else sell, this is 2 of a kind, not 1 of a kind. There's 2 of these that exist. This is the 02 version. There's a 01. But, something that's extremely rare prototype. If I saw something go for several $100,000 less than what the private sale would have done, why would I trust that I would get top dollar for this?
Yeah.
Especially when that auction was, what was that, 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, that the Nintendo PlayStation?
Right. What triggers the now's my time to sell, like, in you after looking at that?
I mean, are you getting a rusty trombone from the people at Heritage Auctions to make sure that, hey, don't worry, it'll sell, like, because they don't care. They're making their buyers and sellers premium either way. Like, there's no risk to the middlemen. I don't know why you stretch and don't think you're gonna get hurt. I think it's funny to watch that. I was like, here it comes. Here's Ian getting hurt. So, okay, I'll go over the listing here. Sega Pluto -02 console prototype, Sega circa 95-96 until 95-96. Until recently, the Sega project was completely unknown outside of the company. The world was only clued in when a Sega America employee leaked the details of the console to the world back in 2013. 2 have been confirmed to exist. This one is Pluto -2 unit. The other is -1. This one has Sega Saturn printed on the top, and the label on the bottom of the console reads Pluto -2. The BIOS for both prototypes is a North American version, which makes sense considering Japan did not seem to take as much of an issue with the price point as North America did. There you go. So this is this is a Saturn that has the front loader on it. It's slightly different here, and it has the built-in internet stuff.
Yeah, it has an onboard NetLink modem.
Yeah. There you go. And it has whatever. I guess they haven't discovered what was on that hard drive yet that was in there, that little drive. They don't know what's on there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the difference. Those are the 3 main things, difference here. So it's not as interesting as the Nintendo PlayStation. It's still interesting, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just not as interesting as something that never came out that was, could have changed the whole video game industry. So I don't know. Again, if this was me selling it, obviously it's not. I don't know what the person's situation is. I would just get fielders for this until I got something hit what my minimum was. Because if this, say my minimum in my head is $50,000, I don't know if this is going to get something to that high. I don't know. It's hard to guess what something like this is going to end at. There's a lot less interest in a Sega Saturn prototype versus obviously Nintendo PlayStation.
Sure.
This doesn't have any sort of prestige or, I guess, the mythical status of Nintendo PlayStation does.
Yeah.
Especially since it's a console that already exists. It's just a modified console.
It's just an updated version of it.
It's a Robert Stack update, that should be on my soundboard.
Update should definitely be on my soundboard. I would actually thumbs up that one.
That should be on there. How have I not think of that? I only have 2 more spaces on here. So
update definitely deserves to be there.
So this is the auction going off July 9th to 12th. In Dallas. Please don't go to Dallas. I think that they're now doing not these in person anymore. because it's a hotbed now for the good old COVID here. They did a little YouTube video heritage for this to promote this.
Oh, really?
I don't remember them doing that for the Nintendo PlayStation. They did a little
not
video.
that I'm aware of.
It's
if there was one, I didn't see it.
It's just a cheesy little promo video that shows like a still image and like background images and game over flashing. All right, I'm gonna put that in the video. I did not see that there for sale. But there's other stuff that's being auctioned. That's where they're auctioning off stuff like the Resident Evil
chainsaw controller.
I
mean, I'm unaware of that being that.
I mean, it's cool, but I don't understand why you would go to heritage auctions to. It's not extremely rare, right? I mean, you can find those.
Yeah.
I think people just want to. At this point, I think it could be the case of people wanting to just catch speculators with their pants down and making bad decisions like they've been making with the Atari games. By the way, I talked to our pal Albert, who runs our favorite website for him, Atari Age, since the other one died out there. And he's a big time Atari collector. He wasn't even aware of these insane auctions happening.
Really?
So the Atari
he had no
people,
idea.
So I wonder if the Atari people.
I like how some of the Atari people are obviously they're just like, yeah, we're Atari fans. They're not speculators. They don't keep up to date on this shit.
I just think it's funny though, because people like him and Rick Weiss probably have some of these sealed laying around, some of these games, and a bunch of other people do, because they've been collecting Atari for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
They could tank these markets easily if they went and got these graded, and hey, we'll just throw out, like here you have like your sealed, never sealed, sealed whatever Pac-Man, which is common as dirt. The ones they literally had to put in a landfill. It's at $725 with 9 days left. You don't think there's a few hundred of those and these collectors easily laying around?
There definitely
easily.
is.
I might have a sealed Pac-Man. I'm not sure. I got to find where my boxed Atari games are, and like this stuff is not rare here. Yeah. A Contra's at 11 grand though, sealed Contra. Holy shit! Hey, I love Contra. Wow, 11 grand. That's more than what the Legend of Zelda's going for sealed right now.
That's insane.
11 grand for Contra. I mean, Contra is a famous game, but in the history of video games, I don't know if that warrants that price. Though compared to it's right now like that's the heavy hitter right now compared to all the other NES games. Besides Mike Tyson's Punch Out, that's going for 12.5. Rev A, not even the first one. That's a mid-production right there, which maybe some of these people don't care. The first Super Mario Brothers 3, the Left Bros, is at 16,500 with 9 days left.
Jeez Louise.
So what the hell do I know? I mean, I wish I had a sealed Super Mario Brothers 3. I wish I could have foreseen all this 10 years ago when these weren't worth that much. You can get these for a few $100s, a lot of these sealed games. Sorry, Ian, your sealed Lolo's only at $460 right now.
Jerks.
Right now. You should bid it up. This will be the telling one. A sealed Bases Loaded 3 is only at $76. Poor Ryan Sandberg. Show him respect. Hey, a Batman Return of the Joker, a very uncommon game. Oh, that's only complete in box. That's $105. They haven't really caught on to the complete in box stuff unless it's sealed yet. Another Contra sealed 7.0 is at $2,800. So in the same auction, they're only at 2,800 and 11 grand, but there's two in the same auction. It makes you know there's a lot more of these that exist here. So anyway, that's all. This is an aside. We'll comment on these once a month, maybe just because they're fun, and it's interesting to see what's being bid on and what's not. The complete in box stuff that was going for nothing compared to the seal stuff.
Right.
Even stuff that's hard to find. We talked about some of. I think we talked about. I think a Gunnack didn't go for even a lot sealed one. It went for less than $1,000, I believe, and that's a hard to find game.
Wow, that's impressive.
I believe I can look it up, but it just shows you again how this is just a different audience versus the people that exist. But hey, if you want to get that Pluto prototype, Ian, you can get on there. Oh, the Resident Evil 4 limited controller, chainsaw controller, is only at $56 right now with 11 days left. So, and the Biohazard 4 one unreleased controller designs at $210. It's from 2004. So I don't know.
Weird.
Xbox. There's an Xbox projector console from 2000. What? I didn't know that was a thing. There's a projector in the front. Wow, that's at $230. To me, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know about that before. That's like the last thing in the auction block there. It's got a built-in projector. Okay then. Branded by DLP Technology in the front. Okay. Must be a promo thing. There you go. All right. Well, we'll come back there. We'll see what they end up at in a couple of weeks.